Yep. Good evening, everyone. So, yesterday we discussed about how do we set up environment for React. So, we learned two topics. One is set up environment for React and create a new web application and set up development environment. So, environment. Right. So these two things we learned yesterday, how to set up environment and how do we create a new web application. Up to this, everyone done in your device. You installed Node.js, right? So you have VS Code and extensions. So you created the project. You created entire project file system. File system, what is the project file system contains. So yesterday we created the project. This is a web app, and in this we set up this environment. We learned that this is development environment. So in that you need two folders, one public and SRC. You need git ignore index package JSON and readme.md. Up to this, everyone done? Right. Everyone got package JSON file, not by manually adding as new file. You should generate by using a command npm init-y. Everyone done? Na? Yeah. So today we are going to learn how to enable React in our application. So how we can make the page use React. I already explained that we can create a separate React application or we can use React in existing application. What is the current concept? First, you are going to learn how to enable React in a web page. Let's see that concept. So, first point, enable React in a web page. So, enable React in a web page. How to enable React in a web page? How we can start using React in a web page? We are going to see this. Let's see. First step, whenever you are having a web page, add a new web page into project. So index.html. You already done, everyone? Okay. Now, second point is, up to this everyone have ready on your device na? Okay. Now tell me, if we are using any JavaScript based technology in a web page. So remember, if you are using JavaScript in a web page, any JavaScript based technology you are using in a web page, how we can verify JavaScript is working on browser or not? So remember, generally JavaScript can be blocked in browsers. So if JavaScript is blocked in browser, any JavaScript logic will not work. Your plain JavaScript will not work. Your React, Angular like technologies will not, anything will not work. So, for example, I will show you. Suppose I am having a browser Edge or Chrome. Go to the settings, Edge settings, Edge : settings or Chrome settings. In Edge settings, I am searching for JavaScript. You can see it shows JavaScript settings. In JavaScript settings, JavaScript is allowed. And I will open that. I will block JavaScript in my browser. JavaScript can be blocked by users in their browsers. Why they will block JavaScript? Because JavaScript have a threat. Suppose if you have a threat like somebody is monitoring your computer, somebody is watching you, it may happen because these days we have Trojans. What a Trojan can do is they can broadcast your information to others. They can see what you are doing. Then that is with the help of JavaScript only it can do. That means all Trojans work with the help of JavaScript. That's the reason if we have any such threats, immediately we disable JavaScript. We block JavaScript. That is for security reasons, people do that. So if JavaScript is accidentally or intentionally blocked in a browser, then JavaScript related any logic will not work in your computer. Then when anybody opens a web page and in that one button is present and button is written with some JavaScript logic, they are clicking the button, nothing working, they will complain on us saying that your website is not working. But actual problem is not our website. Actual problem is their browser. How to tell them? How to tell the user that in your browser JavaScript is disabled? Please check. Don't know? In HTML, to do that, we have to use an element called NoScript. NoScript is a very basic HTML element. It is used in every web page where JavaScript is used. It must be used. And in this NoScript, we will put a message saying that please enable JavaScript on your browser. Then he can understand that problem is not our website, problem is his browser. And remember, this message will be displayed only when JavaScript is disabled. You will see that when I run this page now, open with server, and when I run this, you can see it is showing please enable JavaScript on your browser because currently JavaScript is blocked in my browser. I will do one thing, go to settings. I will allow JavaScript and I will refresh the page. Now no message. So in real world projects, it is mandatory that every web page which is using JavaScript, it must have a element called NoScript. Mandatory. You learnt or not, that doesn't matter. That is secondary thing. You must have this line in a web page. Right? You say, I don't know, I haven't, that's your problem. It must be there in a web page. So, first basic rule. What is the rule is, so add NoScript element into index.html. First, this thing you have to do. So, where we do in the body, we will add NoScript and we will put a message please enable JavaScript on your browser. You may be saying that I am not using direct JavaScript, I am using React or Angular or any technology, but they are all JavaScript based technologies. In interviews also, we have seen this regularly asked. People asking the question like, if JavaScript is disabled in browser, will React work? That's very casual point. No technology in the world works with JavaScript if JavaScript is disabled, right? So why they ask this? Because they need to understand whether you know how it is verified, whether JavaScript enabled or not. So in every React page, wherever you want to use React, in that page, you must have a element called no script. So what is here in that you can put anything. I kept a message, you can put a photo, you can put images, anything. It's just like a div. You can put anything you want inside. So this is the first basic rule everyone have to follow. Now go to your index.html and add this line. Everyone done? Check once. So in your devices, in index.html, first you need to add this line. If you are practicing along with me, you do it first. Have you verified it? Is this message displayed in the page or hidden? Hidden means JavaScript is perfectly working on your device, right? So if it is displayed, the message is displayed means JavaScript is disabled. You need to go to browser settings and you need to enable. If you want to test that also, then what you do, open your browser. If it is edge colon double slash settings. If it is Chrome colon double slash settings, you can use like this. Open the settings. In that settings, you can search for JavaScript. You can search for JavaScript and you can allow or block your wish. You can allow or block. Always allow JavaScript. Only block JavaScript if you have a threat on your device. So threat on device means if you have a threat of any Trojan, virus is different, Trojan is different. Trojans are more dangerous than virus. Trojans can show what you are doing to others. So virus will just make any certain type of files uh, corrupted. But Trojans are too dangerous and they take help of JavaScript. They work with JavaScript. That's the reason we disable JavaScript. So this is the first thing you have to keep in every page. Everyone understood? Right. Done this? Right. Next point is after doing this, next what we have to do is remember uh, we are building a single page application environment. That means here everything comes on one page. Everything comes on one page. And everything we will not design in this page because React is component based. What we said, how React works is React uses virtual DOM. So I will explain just a point. See, usually what happens is we have virtual DOM and we have actual DOM. we have virtual and actual DOM. Generally, first you have index.html. In index.html, suppose what happens is you are adding some button, means you want a button. Generally, what is the concept is directly we don't add button. Generally, in our traditional web designing, if we want anything, we add everything inside it. But we don't do that. Actually, what we do is we will take help of virtual DOM. We will take help of this virtual DOM. In virtual DOM, we design everything. That means all the hierarchy button or something we design in the virtual DOM. After designing in the virtual DOM, what we will do is we add this into index. That means a virtual DOM is created separately and it is added into index. So this virtual DOM is added into index. So in index, there must be someone who have to hold that virtual DOM. That means in index, there must be one container which can handle all the UI coming from where? Virtual. It is not just button. It can have so many things. It can have text box. It can have checkbox. It can have radios. Now, very important, we all design in virtual DOM and we add into the index. We add into the index. That means in the index, you need one container which can hold the entire UI. So UI is not designed in index. UI is separately designed and it is added into the index. And later it is updated to actual DOM. The flow we will learn later, right? Now, what is the necessity here is, next point what we have to do is, so React creates a virtual DOM and adds into index.html. React creates a virtual DOM and adds into index.html. That is the reason, hence, index.html must have a container to handle virtual DOM. It must have a container to handle virtual DOM. So what is the point? You will not design in index. You will add to index. You will not design the UI in index. You will add UI to index. So in index page, you need only one container which can handle. Now tell me, in HTML, you learned lot of elements, semantic, non-semantic, so many hundreds of elements you learned. Which element can handle any kind of content? Semantic element means they are meant for a specific purpose. So like header, footer, section, aside, article, you learn. Non-semantic elements, we have span and div. And which element can handle anything? Div. So what you need to do is, so next point, what you have to do is add a non-semantic element into index to hold entire virtual DOM, to hold entire virtual DOM. That is nothing but in the body, you already have no script now. So here, please enable JS something I given. Now here you put a div and put an ID as root. This is important and this is only needed in index body. So only one ID. Do you remember, even it doesn't have ID, no problem. You can access using query selector and all, but better keep an ID. Root is just a traditional name because it holds, I showed you na shadow dome. I explained shadow dome, dome, shadow dome, and virtual dome. I explained shadow dome. Shadow dome is nothing but it's a shadow root which holds all other elements. So I showed you already. That is the reason we have an habit of giving ID as what? Root. You can give any ID or you can ignore IDs also, no problem. But what you do is go to the body section and add a div and keep an ID as what? Root. This is the second thing you have to do, right? So in body section, one element no script, another element is to handle your UI. We will not design the UI in body. We will add UI into body, right? Let's see how we can do that. So this is the second thing you have to do in body section. Everyone done that? Understood why we need these two? One element is to verify JavaScript. Another element is to handle the UI. React UI is handled by this element. Okay. Now how to enable React in this page? So actually, to use React, we need three libraries. To use React in any web page, so you need three basic libraries. Three libraries are required. What are those three libraries? One, React, another one, React DOM, and another one is Babel. These are the three libraries required. To use React in any page, you need three libraries: React, React DOM, and Babel. What are these three libraries? Are nothing but actually React is core library of React.js. It is the core library of React.js that provides all services required for React. React related all base services are present inside core library. So that is one required. Second one, React DOM is virtual DOM library. So which is used to create virtual DOM. It is used to create and update virtual DOM. Update virtual DOM. So you need React library, React DOM library. And who is Babel? Babel is a JavaScript compiler. I hope you learned about compilers in JavaScript. It is a JavaScript compiler. So you learned JavaScript, right? How you define JavaScript? What is JavaScript? Huh? What is JavaScript? JavaScript is scripting language. Huh? What is JavaScript according to you? Huh? Server side scripting language. Huh? What definition you learned about JavaScript? When you learn JavaScript, one definition might be given to you. What is it? Okay. You may have any definition, but what is actual JavaScript is JavaScript is an lightweight interpreted, and JIT compiled programming language. This is the official definition of JavaScript from the people who built JavaScript. Right? JavaScript is an lightweight, interpreted, and JIT compiled programming language. So, JavaScript can be translated line by line. That is interpreted. JavaScript can be translated with compiler also. All lines in the program can be translated at a time. V8, Babel, so Node, these are the name of compilers used by JavaScript. So they are compilers. If you are using JavaScript in browser directly, then it uses interpreter. Browser architecture, I hope you learned. When you learn JavaScript or HTML, browser architecture, how browser works, right? In every browser, every browser is having an JavaScript interpreter. But if you want JavaScript need to be translated by a compiler, and React, Angular, they will not work with interpreter. They will work with compilers. And remember, compiling is again two types. We have JIT compiling, AOT compiling. Just in time, ahead of time. Compiling is again classified into two types. Just in time compiling, AOT compiling. Just in time compiling means you requested a program, it will load and compile on request. That is just in time. AOT means it is already pre-compiled, you request, it will run. This is called ahead of time. Ahead of time means already compiled, it is ready, just request to get a response. But JIT means you request, on request it will compile and it will show you the result. So actually Angular, React and all technologies are using JIT mechanism. Recently they started using AOT. That means they are pre-compiled and it is fast. JIT means it will compile when requested. And AOT means already compiled, just use it. That is the official definition. For example, I will show you. Actually, this is MDN, Mozilla Developers Network. This is MDN. I hope you people know this. Who is this? Who is this? MDN is a community that works under a person called Brendan Eich, who invented JavaScript. MDN is a community which works under Brendan Eich, who invented JavaScript. And this is his community. And these are the people who officially prepare documents on HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Official. You heard Mozilla Firefox? He invented it, Brendan Eich. Mozilla CEO company is Brendan Eich. Not now, I think. So Brendan Eich is the inventor of JavaScript. And see, official JavaScript documentation is done from since 2005. These people are maintaining documents for HTML, CSS and JavaScript. And see, according to them, what is JavaScript? JavaScript is a lightweight, interpreted, JIT compiled programming language which supports lot of programming paradigms. This is the definition from the people who invented JavaScript and who are maintaining. And what else, whatever else definition you have about JavaScript is rubbish, nonsense. Understood? What else definition you have about JavaScript is rubbish and nonsense. Why? Because those are your definitions. Officially, who built JavaScript, that's what they say about JavaScript. And this is official definition because these are the creators of JavaScript. So it is an interpreted language and it is an compiled language. So if you are using JavaScript in browser, it is interpreted. I hope you learned browser architecture also. No? When you learned HTML, you learned how a browser works. Actually, this is the browser architecture. This is the basic browser architecture. This is the basic browser architecture. I hope you people learned about this. So generally, whatever browsers you are using, like Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Safari, all these browsers are built on a framework of Netscape. That means all browsers follows the standards of Netscape. Every browser architecture is called Netscape architecture. And every browser have a browser UI backend. It will have browser engine. It will have an rendering engine, JavaScript interpreter. Every browser has some storage and networking. These things you already learn in HTML itself, basics when we learn HTML. Because when we start learning HTML, first we learn how HTML is translated, who translates HTML inside browser, who translates HTML inside browser, browser engine, who presents HTML, rendering engine, who identifies resources and loads them like images, documents, networking. Networking will identify the images and all they will load. Who translates JavaScript? JavaScript interpreter. UI means back button, refresh button. They are UI. The logic for that UI is UI backend. Browser have cookies, session storage, local storage. That is all comes under data storage. This is basic browser architecture. Right now, JavaScript have a interpreter. It's not enough for React. Even though you are running JavaScript based technology in browser, interpreter is not enough. You need a help of a compiler. So to use React in our page, we need three libraries. And see, this is actually Babel. Babel is a JavaScript compiler. If anyone asks, can you name any another compiler? V8. V8 is an official compiler used by Chrome. Google Chrome uses a compiler called V8. We have Node compiler, V8 compiler, Babel compiler, JavaScript, React, Angular, all these people use Babel. So we need three libraries now into our page. Now the question is how you will get these libraries. 2 points are there. Generally, you are developing a project. In a project, you want a library. How you can get? There are two ways. You can use CDN or you can download and install them. If you are working offline in your computers, then download and use them. You want to publish online and go on cloud, then you have to use CDN. CDN compulsory. That means you can get these libraries, so you can add the libraries using two techniques. So one CDN and install using package manager. You can use two techniques. I will show you both techniques. First, what we will do is, so CDN links. First, we will use CDN links. So what you have to do now, first, you need to visit the website. Visit the website legacy.react. Legacy.react.legacy. Legacy.react.org. This is the official website. You need to visit this website. You need to visit the website legacy.reactjs.org and go to documents category. Then you have to select CDN links and copy the production links and paste into your page head section. These are the things you have to do. So CDN links, this is for React CDN links. We will use another CDN links for Babel. Babel CDN links also we need. I will show the process here. So first website legacy.reactjs.org. You can go to this website and you can see there is docs. Click on docs category. You will see CDN links right side. Click on CDN links and you will find you have two links. One is development, another one production. If you are going live, you use production. If you are just watching on your device, then you use development. Currently, which environment we set in our project? Development na? So you copy development. So you can copy production links or development links, anything you can do. So here I will give a point. So locally, not locally, so for development environment, use development links. That is optional. As of now, if you use any of them, it will work, no problem. But for development environment, use development links. Huh? That means what you do, you see development.js production links means they will be minified files, min.js. So I will copy these two files and I will go and paste in the head section of page. In the head section, I copied. And you see, you are having two libraries. I will put a comment. These are React libraries. We have React libraries. You see, two files are there. One file is react.development. Another one, React DOM. What is the first one? It is for basic React services. And second one is for virtual DOM. And I hope you already know when you link files, if you are linking CSS files, there is no order problem, but JavaScript files order problem. JavaScript files have order dependency. Which file you link first, which file you link second matters. When you link CSS files, it doesn't matter. But when you link JavaScript files, make sure that first file is which one? React development. Second one is React DOM. If you misplace them above, below, they don't work. Order dependency is there for JavaScript. That's very basic thing you should know. I hope everyone is clear. Have you done this? Offline people? Huh? You got these two files? Okay, good. Now, next, we need Babel library also. How to get the Babel CDN links is you have to visit the website. You have to visit the website Babel. Yeah. Second, visit the website babeljs.io. Here again, go to docs. Here, so you will have a category called presets, integration packages. Go to integration packages category. Select @Babel / standalone. You have to select this standalone. And what you have to do, copy the CDN and paste into your page head section below React library. That's what you need to do. These are the steps you need to follow. So visit the website babeljs.io. This is babeljs.io official website. You see here also there is a docs category. Go to the docs category. Left side you see integration packages. Huh? In the left panel you can see integration packages. Open integration packages. You will find Babel standalone. Select Babel standalone. When you select Babel standalone, you will see that here there is a CDN link. Huh? You copy this CDN link and you paste into your page head section. That's now your page is ready to use React. So these are mandatory things you have to do. So React library and Babel library is ready. Okay. So these are the phases. These are the steps you need to follow. One more time I'm showing. Visit Babel, go to docs, go to integration packages, click on Babel standalone and copy the link. Understood? Everyone done? Yeah. So if you are unable to get the connections and do, make a note and later you try. Okay. Now, once the library is ready, next we have to create a virtual DOM and add this into the actual DOM. So after including the library, now we have to design virtual DOM. How to design virtual DOM? What you have to do is after linking this, yeah, next step, number 5, 6, yeah. So that is after these points. After adding all this, now what you have to do is add a script element into page with mime as text/babel. That means you have to put a script type as text/babel. You already know JavaScript script type is text JavaScript. But that is when you are using an interpreter. It will not work now. You are not using interpreter. You have to tell the browser that use compiler. Then which compiler it is? Babel. So make sure that you have a script and whose MIME type is text Babel. MIME type means content type. So you need to define the type. So you add a script, make sure that type as what? Text babel. This is very important. Okay. Now, how to create virtual DOM? There are two techniques. Up to React 17, old version, technique is different. React 18 and 19, they change it different. Their strategy is different. So creating virtual DOM have two techniques. Old version technique, new version. We will learn both. We'll see both. Let's see. So what we have to do is after this, so you have to create virtual DOM. We have to create virtual DOM and add to actual DOM. How do we do that? So if you are working with React up to 17x version, up to React 17 version, you have to create like this: React DOM dot render. You have to render. Which one to render? Where to render? Vendor welcome to React, and where to render. So you can put any message. Later we can put complex things there. Welcome to React, and where to render. We have to render in actual DOM element. Actual DOM element is this ID root, na? Right. How you will access it? Document dot get element by ID. What is it? Root. That means it is going to render into that root. This is old technique, but still it will work because your technologies are releasing latest versions with backward compatibilities. That means you can use old features also, they will work, but they will give you warnings. Right? Up to React 17, how to create virtual DOM and render. This is what we have to do. Let's do the work now. So what we have to do here, React DOM dot render. What to render? Welcome to React. Where to render? Comma document dot get element by ID. What is it? Root. That's ready. And when I run this in the page, you see welcome to React is there in my page. That means React is working fine. That means it is displaying welcome to React. So it is working fine and it is running. But problem is there. What is the problem is right click, go to inspect and go to the console. You will see there is a warning. And you can see the warning. Warning is nothing but it says that React DOM.render is a old method. It is no longer supported in React 18 and higher versions. Instead of that, you use new technique. Okay, I will show you new technique, but this will work. It's just a warning. And one more warning is it is saying that you are using compiler in browser. So it is not safe. We know it's not safe because that is not the way we do in real time. We add in a separate file. We will link that. We will not show in the browser. Later you will see that technique, how it is done. As of now, this is not a problem. So they are not issues. You see the result is coming fine. But this is the old technique of React. From React 19, 18, 19 onwards, it's changed now. What you have to do is React 18 and 19x version. 19x means 19.1, 19.2 like. So what you have to do is first you need to create root by using React DOM dot create root method. And which one I have to use as root? Document dot get element by ID. Which one is root? Root. This will be created as root. After that, into that root we have to render. What you want to render? Welcome to React. This is the new technique. This is the new technique. So in new technique, the virtual DOM is created by using a method called create root. This is new method. Remember, generally when people learn about a new version, what they think about version is, suppose we say that we are using 17, 18 is new. Then what we expect in 18? What we expect in 18? Some changes, some new concepts added. But unfortunately, React 18 and 19 are redesigned. That means completely reconstructed. So if you know anything in React old versions, and you will feel everything new in React 19. Why? Because React 19 and 18 are not extended versions of existing React. They are newly built, completely newly built. That building architecture is very complicated. Later I will tell you. Suppose you are showing some experience. If anyone asks you on which architecture React is built, that means currently the latest version of React is built on an architecture called React Fiber. React Fiber is a framework. On that framework, React.js is built. So entire React.js technology is built using a framework called React Fiber, which uses TypeScript as language. That means React.js currently is built by using a framework called React Fiber. So from React 18 and 19, we have to do like this. Remember, you can write any shortcuts also, doesn't matter. So first what you have to do, okay, let's clean up this one. Okay, that means now there is no message, nothing, output is not there. Let's go constant root is equal to React DOM dot what? Create root. Remember, we are using a JavaScript based technology. Everything matters, capitalization, everything. How I am React DOM? I am writing React DOM in the same way you have to write. R capital, DOM capital, anything missing, they don't work. Right? So create root. Which one? Document dot get element by ID root. After that, into that root, we have to render. Render welcome to React 18x and 19x, something like this I defined. And you will see it is working fine. This time there is no error. Only compiler warning is there because you are using the latest technique. That is the latest technique to do. So you are just displaying a message. How to build a UI later you will see. You are just displaying a message. How to build UI, we will see that. How to build the user interfaces. So remember, in a React.js index page, you will not see any design. You will see only one div inside the page. But when you see the output, lot of design is present. How everything is done? We create virtual DOM, we add into the actual DOM. So from React 1918x version, you need to do like this. This is the concept of enabling React in a page. And remember, many times people ask like, can I use Angular also? You can. In one page, you can use React. In another page, you can use Angular. In one page, half you can use React, half you can use Angular, no problem. There is no problem, you can use. And actually, complete technology is differently used. For example, you know IRCTC? You know IRCTC? In IRCTC, some modules are designed in PHP. Some are in .NET, some are in Java. It is a hybrid one. That means many times people ask, like, can I use Angular and React both in one application? We can use Java.NET in one application. After all, what you are talking about. Understood? Huh? We can use Java.NET both in one application. JSP and ASP.NET can run side by side. After all, what you are talking about, client side libraries. You can do anything. Right? So technically, the concept here is you can use React in one page if you want. But for that page, you need to set up all these things. This is one strategy. There is another strategy we will see, another technique we will see that. I hope up to this everyone is clear. Okay. Now we will do one more thing is instead of CDN, what is problem with CDN is when you copied the CDN, you are using the CDN every time you need to connect with internet. If you are not connected with internet every day, you cannot practice. So you are practicing every day. Every day when you run the page, you need connection with internet. Let's do one thing. We will download them and use them. That means instead of using CDN, we can download and use them. I will give an example, CDN links. With CDN links example, let me copy this page. So this is the page. Yesterday I shared a Google Drive link. In that all the previous notes are available in community. Today one more time we will add to the new people. You check. I shared a Google Drive link. There we uploaded the previous notes. Right? Today's also I will upload there into the Drive link. So first point, this is CDN. Okay, let's do another. Instead of CDN, we will do one more thing. So download libraries using package manager. Download libraries using package manager. What you do is, okay, delete the React libraries, delete the Babel library. Your code is same, huh? There is no change in the virtual DOM. It's same, but libraries I removed means obviously it will not work. Everything is empty now. Okay, let's install the libraries and link them. How? First, what you have to do, open terminal in your project location. Open terminal in your project location. So, and what you have to do is run the commands. So, what are the commands you need to run? One is npm install react at the net 18 and react dom at the net 18 and save. That is one thing you have to do. Another is npm install. So at the net babel /standalone and save. These two libraries you need to download. So you need to run these two commands. npm install react 18 and react dom 18 and save. Babel standalone. What it will do, first time it will connect with internet, download the libraries. Next time onwards, you don't need any internet. Now, where the downloaded libraries are present? So, where the downloaded libraries are present? All downloaded library files are copied into node modules folder. A new folder is created in your project by name node modules. In that folder, all these files are kept. So let's see the process how to do this. So let's open the terminal in the project. Let's go open the terminal in the project. This is project terminal. And observe carefully, in the project already you can see only public src folders are there. I will run the command npm install react@18 and react-dom@18 and save. You can see it will add a new folder called node modules. You will see that there is a new folder called node modules. So whenever you install any library, all the files are kept in this node modules folder. Okay, you need to install one more. What is it? npm install @babel slash what? stand alone. Okay, and save. That's also downloaded now. Ready? Now you can observe in node modules you have babel, react and react dom. All these three libraries are added now. babel, react and react dom, all these libraries are added. Okay, let's do one thing now. Once you downloaded, you have to link the files. How to access the files? I told you order. First, which file we have to link? React. So write a script source dot slash node modules. In node modules, which one? React. And important is React has two types of libraries. One is common JS module system, universal module system. If you learn JavaScript OOP concepts, you know what is module system. If you don't know, later I will explain. Because we are going to learn advanced JavaScript concepts, in that I will explain. So JavaScript has two types of several module systems are there. Common JS, UMD, AMD, different module systems are there. Currently your Node.js is using UMD. So you have to link library from which location? UMD. So what you have to do? Go to UMD. In that UMD, you will see React development.js. Okay, what is the next one? Script source. Second one is what? Node modules. In that React DOM. In that also UMD. React DOM development.js. These two files you have to link. So one is React development.js and React DOM development.js only from UMD, not from CJS. Remember, in CJS folder also same name file will be there. And they will not work for your project because your environment is different. So some people, when they design a project, they create a CJS system. There, those files are required. Universally, you need UMD, right? Observe carefully. I will show one more time here. There is another folder called CJS. There also React development is there. But it will not work for you. You have to not to use CJS. You have to use what? UMD. In UMD, React DOM development.js. Okay, these are the React libraries. Where is the Babel library? Go to script and script source dot slash node modules @babel standalone babel.js. Now these three files you have to link. So I will give a point here. What are the files you need to link? Link the following files to your link the follow files to your web page. Okay, what are the files I need to link? Script source. One is node modules. In that React. In that UMD. In that React dot development. React hyphen dot dot React dot development dot what? JS. This is one file you need. Another script source, node modules, React DOM in that UMD, in that react dom.development.js. These two files you need to link. One more Babel is required, script source, and at the net same node modules, at the net Babel standalone babel.js. Now it is ready. What is advantage of this is every time you don't need an internet connection, libraries are available offline. And you check now your code is same, virtual DOM code is same. Create root and render welcome to React 18 and you can see this time it is working same. But this time we are not using CDN. So we are using what? So we are using a library downloaded and offline working now, right? So this is the basic concept how to use React in a page. I will copy the example. This is the example of index.html. Am I clear? Right? You need to try these two things. This is enough for today. First, you try these two things. If you can do, now what is our next job? Is how to build a complex UI. That means we are just displaying message, not message, a UI. I want a login screen. How you build the UI and how you render the UI into the actual DOM. And for that, we need to learn about components. And for that, we need to know about JavaScript functions. So now we will start working on our JavaScript functions topic. Because React is completely built with functions. Now you need to be strong in JavaScript functions. Why we need functions? What is the role? Everything we will discuss now. That will start in next session. Monday we will continue. So up to this, first you try. If there are any issues, let me know. Okay, Monday we are going to learn how to build the UI and for that what JavaScript is required. First we will go advanced level JavaScript concepts, then we will come back to this design and we will create the design. Okay, so I hope you can practice now. Right, try this. Right, thank you.